A very good evening to everyone. My name is Saksham Sabarwal and I am a student of the NorthCap University and the video editing lead of for IEEE TEMS. I welcome you all to the day 4 and the last day for the last session of Illuminate, a platform for budding entrepreneurs organized by the IEEE Technology and Engineering Management Society's student chapter of the NorthCap University in collaboration with IEEE CEA and IIC. If we tried to think of a good idea, we wouldn't have been able to think of a good idea. You just have to find the solution for a problem in your own life. With these lines, I would like to welcome our speaker, Ms. Sudarsan S S. She's a Chief Office Social Officer, IEDC RIT. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Saksham, for the warm introduction. And first of all, thank you, IEEE NorthCap University and IEEE SPCEA for giving me an opportunity to share my experiences on my entrepreneur journey. So thank you so much, guys. Saksham, can you share the screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So, guys, welcome to my startup story. Okay, journey of an entrepreneur. So, I believe in following my dreams, whatever the situation is, whatever obstacles you face, you should always follow your dreams. Next slide. Let me give a quick introduction about myself. I'm the co-founder of Revertech IT Solutions. That's a budding edtech startup, and also I'm a student entrepreneur. Currently at my final year of engineering in electronics and communication at Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Technology, Kottayam, Kerala. To tell more about myself, I'm a passionate entrepreneur, engineer, and yeah, that's it. So let me tell you how I started and when did I started my ideation, etc. So like all of you, like all other student entrepreneurs, I started in my college itself. So the best place to start your idea it will be in your college. When I was in my second year, that is the beginning of my second year, I participated in an idea pitching competition that is conducted by my college itself, and I secured the third prize. Then I gained the confidence of why don't I take this idea into a startup? So there it all started. Next slide. So is my idea eligible for the startup? It wasn't eligible for the startup. This was because it was a common idea. Especially this edtech startups boomed in this pandemic situation. So my idea was also an edtech. It is based on an edtech. So what is the problem with my idea was that it needs polishing, and my misconception is that my idea was super. It was one of the most unique idea and no one have ever did that, so I could make it into crores of business and all those things. So that was in my idea, that was my thoughts. So for a second year girl, it was like she was in the fantasy world. That was completely a misconception. So you should ask the question to yourself whether your idea is eligible for startup or not. When you think about this, you should consider many facts like who is your competitors. So is your idea can sustain in market? When will it be break even? You should consider many factors, and also whether you will get funding or not. um, whether it can be turned into a big billion company or not. uh, so all these things should be taught in mind before you jump into a startup, or before you convert your idea into a startup. So that was the problem. Next slide. So the usual questions. Okay, I think I till now, till this time, till today, I'm facing these questions. Okay. uh, and about my supporters and who opposes: friends, teachers, family, and the most important or the crucial part, academics. Friends friends were, when I said that I had an idea and I wanted to convert it into a startup, of course my friends supported me, and some of them approached me and told me like they will be part of the startup, and they are ready to be my partners, they will invest money and all those things. Okay, and I blindly trust them. And second thing will be about teachers, especially when you are a student entrepreneur. It is like jumping into an ocean without knowing swimming. This is because initially the teachers will be very supportive. uh, Till now some teachers are very supportive, but not everyone, especially those who take your core subjects. Okay. uh, this happened when I was in part of this entrepreneurship cell at my college. The those people, those teachers who are in that cell were very supportive. And as part of my startup, I wanted to, or I need to go to business meetings. I will be away from my college for 2 to 3 days, and I will, as a result, the thing that happened is I get low marks, low attendance. Low attendance is something very important, guys, because attendance is something very important, and especially when you have a low attendance, that will be something terrible because you cannot sit for a university exam. So you need to, tell your teachers what are the reasons. You need to see your HODs, you need to see principal, and you need to state the reason why you were absent, why you were not able to attend the class, all these things. So I also, whenever I was away from my college, when I come back, I used to tell my teachers this was the reason I went for, on behalf of my startup, I wanted to attend this meeting and this was really important. But they were not ready to, give the attendance, or they were some teachers were really harsh. Some of them supported well, and told me like, never repeat it again because it's academics is also very important. But therefore I wanted to give you an advice. Whenever you wanted to be a student entrepreneur, you should think about in all sides. Okay. Whether Because at some point, now none of them will support you, you will be all alone in your journey. So very important, whenever you jump into a startup, or when you want to begin a startup, you should consider all the factors that affect them. Next come the family. There was a lot of pressure still. Till this time I'm getting a lot of pressure from my family because uh, when they look, my friends, they are all in a good position. Some of them are getting placed in top companies, some of them are getting top salaries, and they have grabbed a salary of LP of 40 to 30, 30 to 40, at least 5 LP. Okay. So when they used to compare me with them, and they used to ask me that, what about you, what is your future plan? And I used to say my parents that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Initially they were very supportive because they thought like I won't be sitting with these startups. They just think that I am doing it out of my hobby. But after some time I started to take it as very serious, and then came the problem. One day, I just took a firm decision that I went to my parents and I told them that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and that's my final decision, and I'm not going to sit for the placement. So there onwards, the problem started. So they had the idea of putting me into a government job. They wanted me to take my master's abroad. They wanted me to, what to say, like placed in a top company. So all these were idea that is quite usual for an Indian parents. Okay, even though there was some reluctance. Now it's fine, but I cannot say that it's completely fine. They're slowly understanding my my passion and all. So yeah, the problem only rise when your relatives or neighbors ask you what is your CTC and when you will get married and all those things. So, as a student entrepreneur, especially as a woman entrepreneur, you are going to face these questions. If and only if you can, you can stand against these questions and um, you can overcome these obstacles. I would say you can choose to be an entrepreneur. Otherwise, drop the idea, that will be best for you. In the meantime, you can prepare for some government exams or settle your life, because being in a startup or being in a being in a startup, it means like you are dedicating your whole life for it. It's your passion, should be your passion. Whether you fail or whether you will be successful, it's all about you. It's all about your perspective, your attitude towards your business. Okay, next slide. Okay, so my startup story, the initial good start. After this pitching competition, as I mentioned earlier, as I already said, I got the third prize. Then two of my best friends, they came me and they told me that they will be in my startup as business partners. Okay, next slide. Okay, the initial 6 month of useful useless planning. Okay, I should mention like that, because in the first 6 months it was like we met new people, we rely on four sources, we hired developers, we had no idea of what we are doing. Actually, we wanted to take to convert it into a as I said, $1 billion business. Okay, that was the only idea. We always wanted profit. So we just rely on four sources. If someone approached us and say that you need to pay money for this kind of registration so that your company will be successful, we are ready to invest money. So that was our condition. So we never thought of from where this capital from where we will be able to you know uh, crowd fund this capital and all. We have no idea. And we hired some developers also to develop our website, and he ordered us to pay 20,000 rupees. Okay, that's quite normal for a freelance developer. So we are, from there onwards the problem started. Now came the finance issues. We were thinking from where we would dig 20,000 rupees to pay him. uh, Next will be like academic pressure. So I was in my second year, as I already said, and my friends were in third year. For them, the placement trainings were started. So it was for them like a do or die situation. Means like for them, they need to take a decision whether they need to stick up with this startup or whether they need to sit for the placements and all. So for me at that time, it was an exam time. So I was also not I was also not giving much focus on my startup. So it was like this 6 month, we our works got delayed and some other issues also came. Next slide. Okay, two roads diverged in a wood, and I choose the one which is less traveled by. After 6 months, I I just asked my friends whether they need to sit up for placements or whether they need to stick with the startup, because this 6 month, there were some conflicts between friends itself. There is one rule in business that you can trust a stranger but not friends, family, and the well wishers and all, because it will be good if you don't take personal relationships into your business. I would suggest not to bring your best friend as a partner. There are some good startups where best friends are also business partners, but it would be better if you bring a stranger, and if you can trust that person blindfold, but not your best friend or family or any other members in a business. that would that would break that relationship. So finally I decided to drop the partnership, but not my passion. I clearly told them that if they are not ready to stick with the startup, they can go, because they are from a middle class family and they clearly told me that they need to support their family. So that was a valid reason. I was not able to stand against that particular reason. So I told them that it's okay, it's fine, you people can go, but I'm not ready to leave this idea or leave this startup. You people can go. So I stopped my partnership with them from that day onward. Next slide. Okay, the next 6 month and pandemic and lockdown. I think on March 11th, 2020, I came back home for a 1 week vacation. I told my friends that we are going for a 1 week vacation. We never thought that the COVID pandemic would last this much. And I will on that phase, that 6 months, I was in my S5, no S4 and S5. That was the time. Um, Even the whole world was fighting against pandemic. Trust me guys, that was the best part of my life. At least some of you who is watching this video have explored their and hidden talent during this period. I'm sure about it. Likewise, I have also given a life to my hidden talents. I have learned many new skills, and that was a new phase of my life. I researched about a lot of things, and I participated in a lot of competition, especially in the hackathons. I just done things which I had been scared of. So I had participated in, I don't know, many competitions conducted by IEEE, especially the hackathons. That was a hackathon period for me. And on a fine day of May 2020, I just participated in a hackathon conducted by IEEE Site Kerala section, and with God's grace, I emerged as the winner of that competition. And my partner, business partner, he was the organizer of that competition. So I was able to build a network through that competition. Okay, I met many friends during that competition, and it was a nice time. And in October, I guess, in October, he asked me whether whether I would like to be part of his startup. Then we can together be partners, and things happen like that. Okay. Then we discussed about our idea, and coincidence, what to say, we had the same idea. Okay, then, as I said, we polished the idea, and in December 29, 2020, we registered our startup. Next slide. So about Revertech IT Solutions, that is my startup. And let me explain to you what we do and what is our aim and what is River. Basically, river means dream. Okay, the word meaning is dream. There is a river in all of you, so everyone have dream, right? That's why we are living. If you don't have dreams, means we are dead. So who are we? We are set of crazy engineers who try to give wings to others dreams. Next slide. So more about River Tech, what we do. Like, River is a budding edtech startup that provides quality education at a low cost. So what is technical and manage. Hello, you there? Yes. Okay. Great. Okay. So we impart managerial and technical skills in people. We were, as I said, we were started in December 2020, and we were able to taught almost thousand plus students in programming, whether it is about programming or whether any managerial skills, we are able to uh, teach thousand students. Okay, and to tell about Rivo, we are not only an edtech company, we are also an IT company. So it is registered as an IT company, an IT company which is intended to provide software services to people. Next slide. I still had this idea of told me that money is not everything. Money is just a part of your life. It's not everything. Yes, of course, you need a financial freedom as an woman entrepreneur, especially you need a financial freedom. But that money isn't everything. A part of our profit it goes to charity. So main reason why we start a river is like in order to do charity works as well as to make education accessible for everyone. So why we are giving a part of money to charity, or why we are giving a part of money to society? Our society, you know, we are part of this society from the day we born. Okay, there are some people, or there are some of my friends who just went outside, settled there, you know, start their life there, and they never came back to our homeland. So all their investments are in foreign countries, but I don't believe in that. I believe in wherever Hello, can you? Saksham, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
I hope you can. Okay, anyways. Um, so yeah, to provide quality live classes to any degree students, and to provide innovative software and hardware products, and also to prepare students to get their first job, that is placement training, that we are focusing into. Can you change the slide? Hello. Okay, is all that we do? Uh, no, we not only do all that things that I mentioned. We do much more than that. We provide best technical and leadership programs to school students, and we also carry out space research and bring innovative space products. So recently, we have collaborated with economic interest group to carry out space research and to bring more students into space technology so that they can carry out researches in space field. Next slide. So our milestone, as I said earlier that we have partnership with economic interest group that is basically in France to form interdisciplinary center for distinguished space studies. So what we are doing as part of ICDS is that uh, we are bringing out innovative space products as well as we are also planning to set up a space campus. So if we also provide trainings related to space technologies also. So if anyone would like to be part of ICDSS or River, you can directly contact me. And our next milestone is that partnership with schools and colleges. We have partnership with almost all colleges in Kerala and also some of the schools in Kerala to provide technical courses as well as managerial courses also and to provide placement training. And ours is an ACT approved startup. Next slide. Okay, this will be the most basic question comes to your mind when you are thinking about a startup. Is funding necessary for a startup? I would say funding is not necessary for a startup if you can raise your funds by your own. Uh, the thing is that the all these funding news is all you hear. Sometimes you used to hear that this startup has, raised $10 billion funding and all. But these funds are not for free. You need to give back to the investor, whoever investing on this fund, investing on your startup. So it will be always better if you find alternate ways. As I said, that River is an IT company and we are also an emerging space company. So our fund will be generated through this ETA. Okay. Next slide. So as say, this is something bit personal, like the art of balancing academics and startup. Initially it's really tough, as you already said, that you won't be having any supporters, you will be always having all your opposers. So there will be competitors, there will be people who spread negatives. So if initially it will be quite tough, but as we move forward we will get adjusted. Sometimes we may get low marks in examinations, sometimes we may fail, but don't be sad and don't lose your hope. You need to try it. Okay, you, as the time passes by, you will get adjusted to your work as well as your personal life and academics. Next slide. Okay, the infinite questions and self-doubt stage. Okay, this will happen to almost all student entrepreneurs. This happened to me also. First question will be like whether I sit for placements. I would say that if you are very much confident on your idea, if you are very much confident about your startup, there is no need to sit for placements. But you should always have a backup plan. You should learn some skills, but at some point, if you fail, you can sit for placements or you can go for off campus hiring. But I always urge people to follow your dreams wherever you are. Sometimes in the initial stage you may get failed thousand times, but after that never ever lose your hope. Okay, never ever you know what you should always try. Never ever lose your passion for what you have dreamed. of once. Do I get enough profit? That means constant profit from startup? No. That's a clear no. Because when you are a part of any company as an employee, your CTC it will be fixed. Okay, your salary is fixed. That will be like 50,000 per month means it will be fixed. But in a startup, it can be zero earnings in a month or it can be 1 lakh in a month. So it always depends upon the way you work and whether your graph is going up or down. It's a business, okay. Sometimes you earn crores, sometimes you lose crores. That's business. What if I fail? What if you fail means um, before you start running, you have failed many times and many times crawling you have failed many times where, while you are trying to walk. After that only you will start running, right? So what if I fail means you start up and get your work, you get up and start your work, that's it. What if my friends are in top companies and where am I? As I said in the first part, like these questions can come from neighbors, your relatives, your friends, and even you can ask yourself, where are my friends are placed in the top companies. It's usual. But trust yourself, keep trust on yourself, don't self doubt, because you are much capable than them. Whenever you have this sort of question in your mind, um, what you can think is like, at this age they are an employee, those people are working as an employee of a company, but at this age you are a startup owner. So that is the difference between you and your friends. So if your friend is placed in a top company means he or she is still working under some other persons, okay, but you are a startup owner. I am getting low attendance and marks. What about my future? Low attendance and marks, it's always crucial, a crucial part or crucial question in your life. So what you can do is like, try to balance, as I said earlier, try to balance your academics and startup. Complete your work area. Don't keep any work for the last minute. Okay, last minute rush I also had, but that would end up in trouble. So don't keep anything for the last minute. All you can do is like complete it in the first place a bit earlier. That will be always better. Okay, next slide. Okay, you can connect us through revertechitsolutions.com. You can also connect it via LinkedIn or YouTube or any other sources. So follow our page, Revertech IT Solutions in LinkedIn and also to Instagram. And if you wish to be part of, if you want to be part of River, as I said, just contact us. Everyone have a place in River. Okay, so whenever someone approaches us for internship or something like that, we always ask them whether people need a financial aid or that, and we always try to make sure that uh, those people learn something from us. It's not about making money from River, as I said. It's all about giving wings to others' dreams. So we believe in that. So if you guys want to be part of River or to volunteer any of our programs, or if you want a collaboration with us, just call me. And my partner's name is Mithun. You can also connect him via LinkedIn. You can also connect me through LinkedIn. Uh, Whatever help we can do, whether it is related to startups or your academics or your about your career, we can always guide you. So thank you everyone. Thank you once again, NorthCap University and IEEE for giving such a awesome opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such an informative and interesting session. We are very obliged for your time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experience. I would like to admire the enthusiasm of our audience for being with us today. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, here are some doubts for you.
Rivers have an R&D. So it's based upon your skill. You can send your resume if you are interested in software product. And we haven't yet moved to hardware. We are only researching on that. Hardware is something like uh, that's something related to space field. So There we currently now we can't provide internship, but I will assure you that we will provide internship with stipend in the software. If you are interested, you can contact me. What can be the promising streams for entrepreneurship? You are asking me about the domain, or particularly what role you play in this or while you are in a startup. It's about an individual or it's about a company, because that question was not wasn't clear for me. Okay, let me make it clear for you. If it is about a company, which domain it has maximum value or a maximum, value at this point of time, it will be like AI, artificial intelligence, and data analytics, big data, data science, artificial intelligence, and when it is about and others will be like automation, electric vehicles, then about, yeah, space field, of course. And if it is an about an individual, what role is so promising, it should be marketing and also technical. How to know your passion can be your job? What are the key points? Find your passion. That's an important question. We used to think about our passion only when we are sitting in the final year exams of engineering. I am an engineering student, so I can very much relate to it. Most of my friends, but uh, I would say you should start researching. You should not stick with your subject, or you should not stick with your job. Sometimes you learned engineering and you get placed in a marketing field or sales field or something like that. Then try to explore more in that field, okay? And uh, and check whether you can you feel happy at the end of the day doing things in that job. If you can sleep, if you have a sound sleep and if you are happy at the end of the day, that that is where you found your passion. And if you are very much stressed at the end of the day, that means that you are not at the place where you deserve to be. Then you should start searching from that day onward. Never ever go behind money, okay? Money can come, it can go at any time, but important is that you should find your passion. It can come from an individual, while you talk with some people, there you start striking that idea. Or it can come from while you google. So it can come from anywhere, whether you do your favorite job or favorite hobby. It can come from anywhere. So the thing is like, you should feel in your mind that I'm meant for this. You should start feeling for that. That is what is called passion. Another question.
So that was all for today, ma'am. So I would like to thank everyone for joining today with us for the last day of Illuminate. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for attending the session.
Thank you, everyone.